All right, well, it's time to get started in a new week in our class. And this week we're talking about the SAMR model. This is the last model that we're learning about. We learned about instructional design, we learned about task-centered learning, and then the SAMR model rounds out this week. So learn what you can about this model this week. You have a reading assignment, and that's actually a website from Technology is Learning, talking about this model and what all of the elements are, the S, the A, the M, and the R. And so that's something that you'll read for this week, and it's taking a long time coming up. I'll have to test that out and see if it works. It worked before. There we go. So let's see, we have different examples, we have a lot of the areas of the model, and it defines the model pretty well in this site. You can see exemplars as well, and how they might exemplify the SAMR model. And then going back to the website itself, we have presentations on the SAMR model as well. And I believe, let's see, yeah, it's a nice introduction to it from Common Sense Media. And then we also have a model for technology for transportation, or technology and transformation is what it says. And this is from and by the way, you're going to have to enable your Flash player for this one. But it's from Ruben Puentedura himself, the man who came up with the model. And it's a good way, anyway, to think about learning and technology and how we use technology for learning on different levels, and how we might just substitute something we did without technology before, how we might augment it a little bit or modify it or redefine the way that technology is used in education. So that's what SAMR stands for. And then there is a Tech Talk, the first one of the semester, and this one is from Megan, who has provided one on Edmodo. And so you can take a look at that. It's good to learn from your peers on different technologies and how they might be used in education. And then finally, you're going to post about, of course, the SAMR model. So when you have seen technology used for learning, what level of the SAMR model was it? And think about, whether this is on the substitution, augmentation, modification, or redefinition level. And again, reminder to post an initial response to this discussion by Thursday, and then to respond to two or more other students post by the end of the week. So make sure that you do respond in a timely manner this week by Thursday. That way there can be some discussion and back and forth in the process. All right, so that's the SAMR model week. Just as a reminder, of course, next week is the models and tools presentation. That will be due. What you're going to do is record a presentation on these models that we've been learning. And you're going to explain to me how each of these models can help you appropriately use technological tools and resources for learning. And what is it about each model that can guide you in your selection of appropriate digital tools and resources? So I'm looking forward to seeing these responses. You're going to submit this assignment as an online recording of either audio or audio and video. So you can use Sound Recorder or Audacity if you just want to use audio, but I think some of the best actual presentations are video and have kind of a visual element to them. So for a visual recording, you can use PowerPoint, and maybe use Screencast-O-Matic, and so forth. And then you're going to tell me basically all the three models. For each model, I'm going to look for a summarization of the model in your own words. So do this for each model. Make sure you get ADDIE, Task-Centered Learning, and SAMR with a good summary for each one. Tell the major aspects of the model, such as for, let's see, task-centered learning. You'll probably talk about what learning tasks are, what is application, what is demonstration and modeling, what is integration exploration. Tell what those mean. And tell how the model might guide your choices of what technological tools to use for teaching and learning. And tell also how the model guides the use of technology in the actual teaching and learning process. So you're going to tell how the model might guide your choices of technological tools. How might task-centered learning, if you're going to use task-centered learning for the type of learning you want to do, how might that guide what tools you use? And then also tell how it might guide how you use the technology within the learning situation. So you have two things there, the choice of the technology and also how you would use it in the actual learning process. So think about that. And SAMR model might be the easiest one to think about with this. SAMR guides you to be more in the modification redefinition stages of learning. But how might that inform your use of technology in learning? So I'm going to be looking for these elements. Does it just summarize each model accurately and completely? If it does so for all 3 models, then that's full point, but if it only does 2 out of the 3, then that'd be 2/3, or however that works. The major aspects of each model are presented accurately for each model, and again, 10 points for each model, I think. And on all these last ones, it'd probably be about 10 points for each model that you would talk about in the learning process. So that's coming up, but that's not due until the end of next week. So this week, just learn about the SAMR model, but be thinking about how you might create this models and tools presentation as you go forward. And we'll plan on that. I think that's all we have for this week, so good luck getting started, and we'll see you later.